You accuse members of your family of racism. You don't even...
No, we didn't.
Well, of...
The British press said that.
Right.
Did Meghan ever mention that they were racist?
She said there were troubling comments about
There was concern
color.
about his skin colour.
Right. Wouldn't you describe that as essentially racist?
I wouldn't, not having lived with him.
If there is a process, I mean, do you acknowledge you got things wrong?
I'm sure. I'm sure we got things wrong.
So let me start with you, Sam. You've lived a life with the royal family, you've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it in your new book, Where? Yes, that's right, friend. You see, my wife and I are totally like, you should write a book because your family like stupid, and then so are like journalists. So you hate journalists. That's right. And now you wrote a book that reports on the lives of the royal family. Right. So you're a journalist. We just want to be normal people. All this attention is so hard. Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving bitch wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving bitch wife has always wanted her privacy!
They'll go straight. Their turn.
I don't know what happened previous in the day, right? With me, it was chaotic, but not crazy, right?
Do you think the paparazzi went too far?
You know, I don't know. When we were, they kept their distance when they were following us in my cab.
I would find it hard to believe that there was a 2-hour high-speed chase. That would be, I find it hard to believe any type of high-speed chase that involves something of that nature is inappropriate. To do it because you want to get the right shot can turn out to be a place where people can be harmed in a real way.
I wish I had been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiation. The grifters. That's the podcast we should have launched with them. I got to get drunk one night and tell the story of the Zoom I had with Harry to try to help him with a podcast idea. Do it. It's one of my best stories.
Every single element of the Japanese culture is really unique and very, very special. I noticed it my first visit in 4 years ago when I came for the Rugby World Cup, and I would happily live here if you'd have me. It is here at the Invictus Games that you realize whatever you carry, it was the springboard that propelled you to the next level. Ryan's sitting there, he's the chicken farmer, he's wearing ostrich boots.
And has parents, though our kids are really young, 2.5 and 4.5. But social media is not going away. And look, I think by design, there was an entry point that's supposed to be positive and creating community. And something has devolved. And there's no way to hear that and not try to help these families have their stories be heard. So for us, it's just, what is the solution? What can we do behind the scenes? What do we continue to do behind the scenes? How can we work with professionals and experts to really figure out, in knowing this is not going away, how do we make it safer, better, more positive?
Us as parents can protect our kids fully from the harms that are out there and arm them with the tools and the strengths they need. We need each other. We need to be in an environment that's supporting the well-being of our kids, not detracting from it.
Your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
Thank you all for joining us this evening as we celebrate the grand opening of the Warrior Fitness Program facility. We're very proud that this facility is opening up. It joins a sister facility which has been in operation in Norfolk, Virginia, which is another center of concentration for naval special warfare. And so with the opening of this facility, we think we'll be able to reach 80 to 90% of our naval special warfare population, and importantly, our veterans. We're joined today with special guests, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan. So thank you very much for joining us this evening. And so with that, I'll ask the Navy SEAL Foundation Chief Executive Officer Robin King to cut the ribbon. Yeah. Thank you very much. We're very proud of it.
Harry and Meghan's claims about supposed racists in the royal family have left a predictable and poisonous legacy for the last few years. We live in an age where grievances are given the benefit of the doubt, where the establishment is toxic by default, where my truth apparently means more than the truth. They knew the power their words would hold, and many people across the world took their words at face value. Now, almost 3 years on, Britain is still dealing with the fallout from this.
And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What? About how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Hold up.
There's
Stop
several
right now.
There's several conversations.
There's a
about
conversation with you?
With Harry.
About how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Ooh. And you're not going to tell me who had the conversation?
I think that would be very damaging to them.
Okay.
Compartmentalized
They were
conversations.
concerned that if he were too brown, that would be a problem. Are you saying that?
I wasn't able to follow up with why, but if that's the assumption you're making, I think that feels like a pretty safe one.
Conversations about Archie's skin colour. Scobie initially said he knew the names but couldn't legally report them. But of course, he could have done outside of the UK. He could have done it in America if he wanted to, where the book is published. He could have done it anywhere. But he said he never names names. Journalists had been sent copies, and the book was briefly on sale in bookstores before being suddenly withdrawn in a dash by the publishers. Scobie initially said it was a translation error. which didn't really make any sense, because how do you mistranslate names? Omid Scobie, the lickspittle scribe for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the man who you may remember denied they had any involvement in the last book. And so did Meghan. Do you remember? No, nothing to do with it. But then in court, many months after the book was published, under oath, she had to admit she had emailed her aides briefing notes for when they met Scobie. So she was one of his primary sources on that first book.
Number 10 press office. Harry, you've got the wrong number.